Hello and welcome to the Malika Writes channel. I am Malika and today I shall be recommending 8 films that I think all academics should watch. So the first film is The Professor and The Madman, a 2019 drama about the creation of the English dictionary. That alone should tell you why I think this is a good film for dark academics to watch. But personally, it's one of my favourite films. It's possibly my second favourite film of all time. And mainly because it was really well done. It was a heartfelt sort of film. And it was really educational and fun to watch. It dealt with some heavy topics, but it did it really well. And it stayed with me. It touched me really deeply the first time I watched it, and I watched it again and again, and I loved it every time. So the second movie is Alias Grace, which is based on a book by Margaret Atwood, and it is a really good series. This particular one is a series, and you should be able to find it on Netflix. I loved it. I thought it was great, and I think it deals with a lot of heavy topics. A big section of dark academia is dealing with a lot of internal issues, but dealing with it through the medium of art and literature. So I think movies that not only teach us something psychological or philosophical, but movies that touch us or touch that line of human commonality, I think they're really good for dark academics to watch. So the third one is the Queens Gambit, a 2020 historical drama about a chess prodigy with an addiction. I actually did a video on the Queen's Gambit, a film review, and I really recommend that you watch that to get my opinion, my full opinion of the series. But I do really like the series, and I think it's a good one to watch. Similar to The Reasons for Alias Grace, it deals with a lot of internal issues, and with this dynamic of being able to put up a good front to the world while still having things that need to be sorted out inside. The fourth is Freud, a 2020 psychological thriller featuring a young Sigmund Freud. So I think, again, it's one of those things that deals with a lot of psychology, and also it's a psychological thriller, so it should be really exciting to watch, and it will deal with a lot of hard topics, so I really recommend that one. The fifth is The Alienist, and this is a 2018 crime show which tackles mental health and addresses the question, what turns a man to murder? Anyone who has read The Secret History by Donna Tartt, one of the books that I seriously recommend that you read, anyone who has actually read the book knows that it centers around a crime, so a crime of murder, and it talks a lot about murder and what drives people to murder, and it does it in a really interesting way. So just like The Alienist looks at the mental health element, it looks at kind of the perversion of human sexuality and things like that. So the sixth is Sherlock, the TV series, and that is a 2010 series. It's your typical Sherlock and Watson mischief, but it's set in modern day London. I think that alone is very interesting. I would really recommend that you watch it. I don't want to give too much away. Not that you can, because every episode is slightly different, but I think just watch it. It's not going to let you down. I can assure you of that. So the seventh is The Goldfinch. This is actually based on a book called The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and it deals with grief and loss, and it's a kind of coming of age movie, and it deals with guilt and redemption. I think, again, this ties in really deeply with the whole dark academia theme, because it's about, as I've mentioned before, it's about looking at the self, improving the self, but doing it through the medium of literature and art, and looking at our ancestors and their philosophies and thoughts to guide our everyday actions. That's basically the dark academia lifestyle. So I really think the Goldfinch, the film, and even the book, I would recommend the book as well. I think they're really good. And the last one is Half of a Yellow Sun, and this is actually based on a novel but with the same name, written by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And she is one of my favorites. I don't think I mentioned her in my Get to Know Me video, but she is one of my favorites. I do love The Purple Hibiscus, which is one of her other books. But Half of a Yellow Sun focuses on the Biafra? I'm not really sure how to say that word, but it focuses on the Nigerian Civil War. And it focuses on the middle class and the intelligentsia, how they dealt with the war. But it also focuses on how, you know, the war affected the country, but the characters that we follow are part of the intelligentsia. And we see how they cope with this war that is devastating the country, and how they try and function, living in an environment that they're unfamiliar with and living in circumstances that they're not particularly used to. So those are the 8 films that I wanted to recommend. I hope that you watch them. There's a mixture of films and series in there. I've watched all of them and I really did love them. I think that they taught me different things. I didn't recommend the usual, you know, the Dead Poets Society. A lot of people recommend that one. Umbrella Academy. I didn't want to recommend those ones because everyone sort of recommends them, and while I do understand why they recommend them, I don't think we should limit ourselves to things that that seem to fit the aesthetic of dark academia. I also think we should look deeper than just the clothing element, just, you know, the musical element, and get down to the real root of the aesthetic, which is the transformation of self through art and literature and learning from our ancestors through the classical works. So yes, that's the video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have a great day. If you're watching this in the morning, I hope you have a great day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this if you think it's worth sharing.